On DC Music Rocks, we're shining a spotlight on the great songs and incredible people behind the DC region's music scene. So now let's get to know one of those folks. Steve's here with Braddock Station Garrison. So Steve Schillinger is the singer and rhythm guitarist for Braddock Station Garrison. The band's music can be described as power pop meets Americana with a healthy dose of classic rock and roll. The band has recently released their third album, St. Stephanie and the Stones.
Yes.
And I've played a show with this guy. I've seen him live in action. I've seen their shows. Good stuff coming from these guys. It's such a treat to have you here.
It's a high compliment coming from you, my friend.
Well,
high compliment.
Oh shucks, you're making me blush here. It is a treat to have you. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me. It's an honor to be here.
Now, talk about Braddock Station Garrison and talk about the band and how that happened, where it came from.
So we've been together for about 5 years now. It started with me and my friend Tom, who plays the lead guitar in the band. We used to play softball together, and he was always telling me we should get together and jam. But I was always hesitant because I had only done like singer-songwriter kind of thing. And one day he sort of just finally wore me down, and I went over with a songbook and a guitar, and we started playing, and it just clicked. And we found a rhythm section fairly quickly after that, and the rest is history, as they say.
That's wild. And where does the name come from?
So the name comes from, so Braddock Road, we kind of both lived just off of Braddock Road, so we like the idea of Braddock. And at the time, we were kind of thinking we would be sort of like a Virginia band, sort of like do like a kind of a Neil Young Crazy Horse kind of thing, and wanted something sort of rustic and like that. So if you drive enough around Virginia, you're going to find places like Ely's Ford and something Furnace, and I thought of, well, Braddock Station, that's kind of neat. And then the Garrison is sort of like, because I'm a Civil War buff, and garrisons are kind of the soldiers who are left behind to like guard the rail crossing or the town. So we thought Braddock Station Garrison. That sounds pretty good. That's a mouthful, but we like it. And my wife will claim that I did BSG on purpose because to link us to Battlestar Galactica, but that is a complete and total happy coincidence, no matter what she says.
Battlestar Galactica. That was an accident that did not happen on purpose.
Happy accident.
Very cool.
And I have not received a cease and desist letter from Sci-Fi Channel yet. So
there we go. We're in the clear. Don't stop, man. Keep it going. Keep it going. Now, what about how long you've been in DC for a while now?
Yeah, I came here for college in the summer of 1991. Yeah, I went to American University. I was born in Chicago.
Another AU grad. Look at you. All right.
I was born in Chicago, but grew up in Dallas, and I came here for college and just never left.
Wow, I like that.
26 years now.
And where did guitar and music enter your life? How did that happen?
Well, I was always since I was a little kid, a big music fan. My parents were both big music fans. My mom was a big Beatles fan, so that's where that came from. And my dad was a big fan of a band called America, like Horse with No Name and Sister Golden Hair and songs like that. And I just remember listening to them as a little kid, and that kind of just sank in, and just been loving music ever since. Didn't really pick up the guitar until about 10 years ago. 10 years ago? No longer than that. Maybe about, it was like 1999, so that's like 17. Oh man, time flies. So I just picked up the guitar. A buddy of mine, my friend Tom, he showed me some chords on a guitar, and I just kind of took to it, started writing songs, and here I am, on the air.
Well, and I'm glad you took to the guitar and
you
started writing songs.
I wish I had done it earlier.
Stuff. Yeah. I mean, previous albums, I've been a fan of your music for a while, so this is cool. Now, what about on the personal side now? So aside from being a musician, what's life like for you? What kind of hobbies do you have? Anything else?
Well, I'm like a normal person. I read a lot. I collect vinyl records, so that's the newest expensive hobby I have. I'm one of those nerds.
Awesome.
Like I said, I'm a Civil War buff, so some of that. And I love going to Nationals games. I know one of the bands, I think Ben Coolin's going to be at Nats at the little bullpen outside Nats Park, so I'm a big Washington Nationals baseball fan. But my heart is always with the Cubs, so so we'll see if those
Chicago roots come through,
Come through, and I figure I can root for the Nationals. It's okay because I was here before them, so it's all right. It's not like I moved to like Los Angeles and become a Dodger fan. That would be cheating. But I was here first, and they came to me, so it's okay. And we really like to go to the games. It's a good time. But if they play the Cubs, I bleed Cubby blue.
Oh, there it is. All right, folks. Those Chicago roots. There it is.
Don't hold it against
you
me.
heard it here first. But it's nothing but love because you're a DC musician. So I don't care about your
Thank
baseball
you.
preferences when it
Thank
comes to music. That's cool. All right, now what do you have in your music collection that might surprise us?
So the surprises, well, I kind of like everything. Like I'm a big metal fan, like especially like kind of droney stoner rock kind of stuff. I love that stuff. If I was actually adept at playing guitar, I would probably be in that kind of band. But I'm just a strummer and a singer. So
Okay.
so it's where you get Braddock Station Garrison. I love metal. I love good pop songs. Like I was on Facebook and a friend of mine was lamenting that about the best-selling debut records of all time, and he mentioned like Boston's first record, and then Guns N' Roses, and then he mentioned the first Mariah Carey record in a derogatory way, and I said, man, don't knock that first Mariah Carey record. That is a great pop record. Come on,
Yeah, it is.
it's good.
I mean,
after that, it's downhill. But
that's right.
But you know,
I have a soft spot for him as well. It's really
a
true.
good song is a good song, whether it's done loud and heavy or
Wow.
sweet and sugar.
So from metal to Mariah Carey, I
All
feel like
points in between.
that's a T-shirt we should make for you. It's from metal to Mariah Carey or something. I don't know. That's got the makings of something.
And like
there.
any
I don't know.
songwriter, I went through my Americana phase, my alt country phase. So last night I was at the Birchmere seeing a show, saw Nikki Lane there. That was a great show.
Wow.
So great place. Yeah. So
That's cool.
I like a lot of different kinds
a good
of music.
variety. Cool. And so now, what about funniest moment that comes to mind with Braddock Station Garrison?
Funniest moment. Well, I would actually say the funniest moment was when I did a solo show a couple of weeks ago down at O'Sullivan's, right down the street here in Arlington.
Yeah.
And I was playing Wednesday nights from 9:30 at night till 1:30 in the morning. So it's long time.
Now I was gonna say that's 4
That's
hours, buddy.
exhausting.
That's wow.
And so at the end of the night, I'm packing up, and these kids are kids. Everybody's a kid to me. It's like 20-year-olds, and they come up. The kid come up to me. He's obviously has had a few, and he comes up to me and he says, "Oh man, I want to say that I really, really like your music." And I'm like, "Okay, thanks. I appreciate that." He says, "I got a question," and I said, "Okay." He says, "Do you know where we could maybe get some cocaine?"
Stop it! Really?
He did, and I said no, I don't.
Okay.
And I thought that's what I have become now. I am now the guy who looks like he knows where to get cocaine for whatever that's worth. That's my, I guess.
Oh,
I've met all my
Steve,
goals in life.
I don't know whether that's status or not, man.
Not sure I should be proud of that or not. But,
yeah, you look one look at
there
you,
it is.
and I'm gonna ask you where to get coke. Holy crap,
We're
that's
gonna get some
god.
blow.
I
Right, great. I don't
The
know.
things
For the record, I do not know.
the things you learn. I love it. What about so now? First memory performing. Go back in time now. When you started with music, where were you? When did that happen?
The first time, it was an open mic. I don't remember the name of the place, but it was over near Tyson's Corner, and it was just a bar. I forget the name of it. I don't even think it's there anymore. But I had just started to play. I maybe been playing guitar for about a year, and some friends of mine. I said, "Let's go out. I want to try playing out in front of people." And I did a couple covers. I think. God, I don't even remember what they were, but I played with a couple other guys to sort of make it a little bit more easier, so it's not just me up there by myself.
Sure.
It was with some friends, so it was like kind of solidarity. And then the place was empty, so there was like nobody else for the open mic. So they said, do a few more. So they said, Steve, you just do a couple on your own. And did them and had a great time, and they kind of sunk into me. So the music bug bit me. And
I was
like,
gonna say the music bug caught you in Tyson's Corner. What do you know?
Who knew Tyson's Corner?
I was gonna say there's a lot of things I've heard about
Not
Tyson's
quite,
Corner
it's not
and
quite
the music
Liverpool,
bug.
but it'll do.
Not quite Liverpool. All right. So now, if you could offer one piece of advice, what would it be?
In terms of like performing or songwriting or playing or
I kind of want to leave that up to you.
I'll say it for the aspiring guitarists, like people who are just like wanting to learn to play the guitar and are kind of intimidated by it. The first thing I would say there's two things. When you're picking out a guitar, find one that feels good when you hold it, and that's not just in your hand, but when you're sitting down and the guitar's in your lap and it's up against your chest. Find a guitar that is comfortable, that isn't like awkward when you put your arm over it. Because if you're not comfortable when you're doing it, you're never going to play it, you're never going to pick it up. It's going to just gather dust. And the second thing I would say is learn your chords. I mean, don't try just learn how to do the solo to Stairway to Heaven. I mean, that's nice, that's great. I've had people like folks say, "Oh, listen to this," and they play like Eruption. I'm like, "Great, can you play a song?" And they're like, no. I was like, all right, well, if you learn DCG, you can play any Oasis song. So you're on your way.
Yep.
Learn your chords.
All right, learn the chords and make sure the guitar fits nice.
And make sure it's comfy.
Make sure it's comfy.
Comfortable.
I dig it. All right.
Rock is all about comfort.
And for those folks who want to find out more about you and Braddock Station Garrison, where do they go?
Well, you can go on the interwebs, and we have a website, BraddockStationGarrison.com. We're on the Facebook, so find us there. We're on Instagram. I think it's just Braddock Station Garrison. Twitter is BSG Rock and Roll. And our Bandcamp page, that's a good place if you want to check us out. It's just BraddockStationGarrison.bandcamp.com.